It is 6:30 a.m. You lace up your shoes, step outside, or climb onto the treadmill. You stare at your smartwatch, head down, marching away, desperately trying to hit that magical 10,000 step mark, hoping your waistline will finally shrink. But let us be honest. Have you ever asked yourself, why are you walking every single day, sweating profusely, completely exhausted, yet that stubborn pocket of fat right below your belly button has not budged in years? You probably think the fat you can pinch is the worst part. It is not. Visceral fat. That deep, yellow layer of fat tightly wrapping around your liver, your intestines, and your heart. That is the true silent killer. And you think simply moving burns calories, and burning calories equals burning fat. That is one of the most cruel lies the fitness industry has ever told you. The truth is, your body does not operate like a simple math calculator. It operates like a complex chemical laboratory. If you walk with the wrong posture, at the wrong time, and with the wrong breathing rhythm, you are not even touching your visceral fat stores. Worse, you are driving up your stress hormone, cortisol. This forces your body to lock the doors to your fat reserves in a desperate attempt to survive. Belly fat is not the result of laziness. It is the result of disrupted hormonal signals. Today, we are going to decode the biological mechanics behind walking. By simply changing how you step, adjusting your heart rate, and picking the exact right time to start, you can forcefully shift your body from a sugar-storing mode into a visceral fat-burning machine. Let's begin. Before we get into exactly how you should walk, you must understand why all your past efforts have failed. Every time you eat, your body releases insulin. This hormone acts like a delivery driver, pushing glucose into your cells for immediate energy. Whatever sugar is left over gets packed away into your liver and muscles as something called glycogen. When you rush out for a walk right after a heavy carb-loaded meal, or when you push yourself until you are completely exhausted, your body panics. It looks for the fastest, easiest energy source available, and that is the glycogen already sitting in your muscles. This is the exact reason why two people can both burn 300 calories walking, yet one person gets a flat stomach, while yours stays exactly the same. The secret lies in a biological process called the fat oxidation rate. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology in 2009 made this perfectly clear. The intensity of your workout dictates the type of fuel your body decides to burn. If you train too hard, your body demands rapid energy, so it strictly burns sugar. The ultimate key to unlocking your belly fat and using it as fuel is keeping your body in a very specific metabolic state. A state where insulin levels drop rock bottom, and a massive amount of oxygen is delivered straight to your mitochondria. Those are the microscopic energy factories inside your cells. So, how do we send this exact biological signal to your stubborn fat cells? Here are the 4 biological interventions you must apply starting tomorrow morning. Signal number 1. The fasted state window. This is how you force your body to completely bypass burning sugar and aim straight for your stored belly fat. Think about it. After a full night of sleep, usually 8 to 10 hours without a single bite of food, the insulin levels in your blood have crashed to their absolute lowest point. This is exactly what we want. In this low insulin environment, your body releases a massive surge of glucagon and adrenaline. These hormones act as a wake-up call, activating a very specific, powerful enzyme called hormone-sensitive lipase, or HSL for short. Imagine HSL as a master key. It literally unlocks the heavy doors of your fat cells, breaking them wide open and flooding your bloodstream with free fatty acids to be used as pure energy. In fact, A major study from the University of Bath in the UK, published in the year 2020, proved that doing your cardio in a fasted state increases lipid breakdown by a massive 20%. So, here is your action plan. Tomorrow morning, the moment you wake up, put on your shoes and go for a walk before you eat anything. You can drink plain water, black coffee, or unsweetened green tea. But absolutely no breakfast yet. Now, a quick word of caution. The benefit here is maximum belly fat mobilization. But if you have a history of low blood sugar, do not rush this process. Start slowly with just a gentle 15-minute walk and carry a small hard candy in your pocket, just in case, while your body safely adapts to this powerful new fat-burning mode. Signal number 2. The FATMAX heart rate zone. Now that you are walking in a fasted state, you need to control exactly how fast you are moving. Most people believe that the harder they breathe and the more they sweat, the more fat they are burning. That is entirely wrong. Visceral fat can only be destroyed in a highly oxygenated environment. If you walk so fast that you start gasping for air, your body leaves the oxygen zone and enters an anaerobic state. When this happens, your body perceives it as a high-stress emergency. It immediately spikes your stress hormone, cortisol, and urgently switches back to burning sugar. And remember what we established about high cortisol? It permanently locks away your belly fat. To hit what scientists call the FATMAX point, you must keep your heart rate in zone 2. That is roughly 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. In this exact sweet spot, your mitochondria use a massive, steady flow of oxygen to melt down fatty acids with absolute peak efficiency, all without triggering any stress response. So, how do you find this magical zone without wearing expensive tracking equipment? You use the talk test. Your perfect walking speed is the exact pace where you begin to break a very light sweat, but you can still speak a full, complete sentence without needing to stop and gasp for air. If you have to breathe heavily through your mouth to finish your thought, you are going too fast. You must slow down. The most beautiful thing about Zone 2 cardio is that it is incredibly gentle on your knees, your joints, and your cardiovascular system. It is the absolute perfect starting point, even if you have not exercised in years. Signal number 3. Incline activation. Walking on a flat surface is a great start, but your body is an incredibly smart machine. Over time, it adapts to flat surfaces. It becomes too efficient, meaning you end up burning less and less energy for the exact same amount of work. To shatter this plateau and multiply your fat-burning potential, we need to manipulate gravity. By simply adding an incline to your walk, you completely change the mechanical angle of your hips. This simple shift forces your gluteus maximus, which is the absolute largest muscle group in your entire body, along with your hamstrings, to contract with massive force just to push your weight upward. When these giant muscles fire up, their demand for energy skyrockets. This creates a powerful, localized spike in insulin sensitivity right inside the muscle tissue. Your glutes begin acting like a vacuum, instantly sucking up any leftover glucose circulating in your bloodstream. Once that remaining sugar is cleared out, your body has no choice but to aggressively mobilize your deep belly fat to keep you moving up that hill. Here is how you execute this. If you are using a treadmill, set the incline anywhere from 6 to 12%. Keep your speed very slow and controlled, right around 3.5 to 4.5 kilometers per hour. If you are walking outside, find a steep, long hill or a challenging flight of stairs. But listen closely, because here is the most critical rule. If you are on a treadmill, do not hold on to the handrails. The moment you grab those bars and lean back, you completely erase the angle of the incline and destroy the biological benefits. Stand tall. Keep your chest open. Breathe smoothly and lightly brace your core muscles. This simple posture correction will protect your lower back and guarantee that your massive glute muscles are doing all the heavy lifting. Signal number 4. 100% nasal breathing. This is the final and perhaps the most overlooked piece of the fat-burning puzzle. Most people completely ignore how they breathe while exercising. They pant, puff, and drag heavy air through their mouths. But scientifically speaking, this is a massive mistake. Earlier, we talked about how cortisol locks away your visceral fat if you walk too fast. But here is the fascinating part. The physical act of opening your mouth to breathe, even at a slow pace, directly triggers your sympathetic nervous system. That is your primitive fight-or-flight survival mode. Your brain registers mouth breathing as a sign of danger, instantly spiking your stress hormones and halting the fat-burning process. By simply keeping your mouth closed, you force your body into the parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and digest state. It signals to your brain that you are completely safe, allowing your fat stores to open up smoothly. But it gets even better. Breathing exclusively through your nasal cavity produces a miracle molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide acts as a powerful vasodilator. It dramatically expands your blood vessels, instantly increasing oxygen absorption deep inside your lungs by a staggering 20%. And as we already know, flooding your mitochondria with oxygen is the absolute key to melting down belly fat. Here is your exact execution plan. Throughout your entire walk, keep your lips gently sealed. Inhale deeply through your nose, focusing on making your belly expand outward, and then exhale slowly and completely through your nose. I will be totally honest with you. For the first few days, this will feel very uncomfortable. You might even feel a sense of air hunger or slight panic. If you feel like you are suffocating, do not open your mouth. Instead, simply slow down your walking speed on that incline until you regain control of your breath. Stick with this process. Within just 1 to 2 weeks, your lung capacity will expand dramatically, your endurance will skyrocket, and your body will become a highly efficient, oxygen-utilizing machine. Now that we have covered the 4 powerful biological signals, let us put them all together into a simple, highly effective morning routine. I do not want you to feel overwhelmed. This is about working smarter, not harder. At 6 a.m., you wake up. Before you look at your phone, before you do anything else, drink about 300 milliliters of plain water mixed with a tiny pinch of pink Himalayan salt. When you wake up, your body naturally experiences a spike in cortisol to get you out of bed. The minerals in the pink salt instantly replenish the electrolytes you lost overnight and gently nourish your adrenal glands. This keeps your morning cortisol perfectly controlled rather than letting it turn into belly fat storing stress. By 6:15 a.m., step outside to catch the early morning sunlight or step onto your treadmill. And remember our golden rule: absolutely no food yet. Your overnight fast remains unbroken. From 6:20 to 7 a.m., you begin your 40-minute walk. You set a moderate incline. You keep your lips gently sealed to guarantee pure nasal breathing. And you lock into that perfect Zone 2 speed, moving just fast enough to break a sweat, but slow enough that you could easily hold a conversation. Now please listen to me very carefully. If you are a beginner, do not try to do all 4 of these things perfectly on your very first day. If you try to force it, you will crash, feel miserable, and quit. For your entire first week, simply focus on waking up, drinking your water, staying fasted, and walking on a flat surface for just 15 to 20 minutes. That is a massive victory. As your body adapts and heals, you can gradually add the incline, extend the time, and master the nasal breathing. By 7:10 a.m., you are back home, showered, and finally ready to break your fast. To keep your insulin completely flat and lock in all the fat-burning benefits you just earned, eat a breakfast loaded with high-quality protein and healthy fats. Think whole eggs, fresh avocado, and dark leafy greens. Your body is a beautifully complex biological machine. It honestly does not care how many steps your phone or watch says you took today. It only cares about the hormonal signals you send it through every single heartbeat and every single breath. By walking in a fasted state, locking into Zone 2, utilizing an incline, and breathing strictly through your nose, you are no longer just exercising. You are giving your body a direct, undeniable command. You are telling it to destroy that visceral fat. True, sustainable fat loss is never about blind starvation or punishing your body until you collapse. It is entirely about understanding your biology and working in harmony with it. Now, I want to hear from you. What time of day do you usually go for your walk? And how fast do you push yourself? Drop your age and your current routine in the comments below. I will personally read through them to help you decode your current metabolic state. And I challenge you to try this exact morning routine tomorrow. Then come back to this video in 2 weeks to report your real results. If this science helped you finally understand how your body works, please hit that like button. Subscribe to Real Logic Science and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into human biology. I will see you in the next video.